Girl, what's going on?
Mic check. Hello. Mic check. Hello. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, we're here for the Dare Show podcast. Another week. We're in August. I can't believe we finally, well, not that we finally made it, but we're in August. August kind of came a little quick. You want to talk about Renaissance? Okay, we'll talk about Renaissance later. But first, let's talk about Patti LaBelle on Drink Champs, which has been like going viral, and people have been having a great response. She's been having a great response. She's been having the response on Drink Champs have been really great. Noré. Yeah, so I kind of knew about it because I'm always checking her tags. I think this was taped like 2 weeks ago almost at this point. And it was like a long rollout for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and it was a really good interview. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty good. But I knew that because just by like it being like 2 hours, and then the little preview that came out, I was like, oh, this is gonna be really good. Let's check it out. So Noré was like, I think Noré, he was very much rehearsed. He was like, I want to know about you, and I want to sort of like watch all these interviews, and we hope you stay for a long time and talk, which she did. Like he got it to some points, but I feel like some points were kind of like the cliche stories. Elton, Diana, and singing Birdsong. What else did she talk about? Aretha. I kind of feel like those are the kind of things that the more hypeful things that they talked about, which is cool. The food, that kind of thing, like everybody kind of talks about. I kind of wish they were a little bit more in tune about what Patti LaBelle, like, I don't know if it might have been like on the whim, let's try to get Patti. I don't know if that was what it was. But for them not to know that she, a week ago, prior to this being taped, for them not to know that she sang at Essence Festival. Hello! I found that so ridiculous and so obscure and so just like weird. Like they were rehearsed but not well versed. And what was going on? She was like, yeah, I played at Essence. They gave me 30 minutes. I wore it out. I'm like, damn right she did. She's like, I was crip walking at Essence. And they were like, what? We were at Essence, but we didn't stay. Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't. Along with like the hot sauces and the marinades, they were like, what first sold at Walmart? And I think she sold, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe she didn't. Maybe I'm mistaken. But I thought she sold her marinades and hot sauces at Walmart first. But maybe not. Them talking about like you should have, so when the Breakfast Club, when they did this, you should have a TV show, you should have a cooking show. Like, the ladies had like 3 or 4 cooking shows. When the Patti Pies popped off, they gave her, the cooking channel gave her a cooking show, and that had like 2 seasons. She's had like plenty TV specials. The TV one, which still doesn't have an end date on her, Living the Life of Patti LaBelle, that is still like a thought. Like, it's still, I don't know what to say. But anyways, some things that I took away, the Nina Simone part, that was really, I feel like they didn't really appreciate that part as much as they appreciated like the Richard Pryor story or the Diana Ross or Aretha Franklin stories. Like, it's Nina fucking Simone. And I feel like people don't think about Nina Simone, maybe because Nina, maybe her personal life kind of sometimes took over the music at times, maybe. Why don't people think about Nina Simone? Like, Nina Simone was like one of the a pioneer in a sense, a pioneer, being the first black lady to do this, and then being a part of the civil rights movement, being another unfortunate struggles in a sense of the one of the. I feel like because of certain songs, she's sort of glorified in a sampling type way, or like an after a post death type way situation, which is weird. But I'm like, I love that Nina Simone story about the hot sausage being a little bit more detailed, the hot sausage, and showing, I think she had cancer. I'm not sure for sure, but I'm guessing she had cancer, and she was showing Patti like her cancer, and the funniness between them, and then Patti performed at her tribute. And then they performed together. Like, I love that story. It's sort of like, your idol. She did kind of idolize. She said she grew up listening to Nina Simone's music. So I don't think they couldn't have been that too much off in age. Anyways. I absolutely adored Patti saying, because I said this last week on my podcast, on the Dare Show podcast, you can go check it out at the end. I was like, Patti is off for like a whole month, and I don't understand why, and I'm kind of nervous. And she's like, I don't want to be off. I find that so fucking funny. She's like, I don't know why I'm off. They want me to have a vacation, but I'd rather be singing, but I guess I'll go do something. And she kind of like made it seem like she was going to go work on this R&B album. People are like, Patti's retiring out of R&B to work with Jasmine Sullivan. And first of all, Patti LaBelle isn't retired in any sense of the word. Patti and albums. Her big thing is, I haven't recorded an R&B album in like 15 years. It's probably more than 15 years now. I think we're going on, oh no. We're almost at 20 years. Because I believe she's talking about Classic Moments. Fantastic album, by the way. I don't care about a new Patti LaBelle album. I really don't. She can give it to me. I'll listen to it. And I'm just like, I don't really care. I would rather a live album, because I feel like that's, at this point, that's her stronger suit, and that would be like the wow factor. But like, I don't really care. But she could, she's been saying she's going to give us a new album, I think probably like 5 years now. So we'll see what happens. She's like, she said, at the end of, she said, at the end of next year, by the end of next year, you're going to do that. Oh no, you hear new music, she said. And I'm just like, I don't know. I don't really care. I don't know. But if I think about like a Patti new album, she's not going to sing the new songs off of the album. Like, I don't think she is. Like, the way she did with Bella Maj, yeah, she went around singing it a couple of times, but I feel like, okay, there was one concert, she sang Moanin' from Bella Maj. One concert she sang Moanin', and she was like, I guess it was like too long for her. And she looked at John, and then she looked at the audience, and I think at the end of the song, she's like, okay, we're not doing that again, or something like that. I was like, oh my gosh. So, I don't know. But like, off of Bella Maj, she didn't even do Moody's Mood of Love. She only did Moanin', on tour, Moanin', and To Life. Here's To Life. So I'm just like, I don't know how much, like, I like hearing like if you're gonna sing it, sing it live also. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Are you guys anticipating a new Patti LaBelle album? I'm definitely not. I don't really. I like the features. Her features for the past like 5, 6, 7 years have been really good. Starting with Kim to the change for the Greenleaf, and then the one song she did for Queen Latifah, she did with Queen Latifah and Brandy for that TV show. Like, her features have been really good. I've been really it's been enjoyable. She wanted to tear into Al Green, so they were playing the game. You know, Michael Jackson or Prince or whoever, and Al Green. It was like Al Green and like Marvin Gaye or somebody. She was like, I want to say some things about somebody, but I'm not gonna do it. Jesus. The Jasmine Sullivan thing was very surprising. And if anybody knows who she was talking about when they brought up like this young singer backstage who wasn't really feeling Patti, but their mother was. If anybody knows who that was, leave it in the comment on YouTube, on the Dare Show podcast on YouTube, because I'm curious to find out who that is. I don't have any idea, so I couldn't even like think or give a guess. So if anybody has any guesses or anybody who knows it is, let me know. Jasmine, Diana Ross, Aretha Franklin, she's like clearing that up. Aretha and her had no beef. And then she gets to Elton John. Now, I heard it, and I was kind of confused why she said the word punk. And she was like, you know, Elton, first of all, they didn't even say his name right. Both of them, Noré and Patti, didn't even say their names right. His name right, Dwight, what's his name? Reginald Dwight. I don't know what they said. And then she was like telling the story, and then she said, oh, punk, you made it before me. Craig Seymour, the music journalist I reference a lot on the Dare Show podcast, he talked about her bringing that word up. And, you know, I don't really know where he was coming from, because I was like, I don't know why she used it, because I'm like, okay, maybe once I might have heard her. No, I don't think so. Not in that kind of like context. I don't think I've ever heard her say, okay, maybe once I've heard her use the word punk in that context, but punk, you know, is the word that they back in the day used for like being, somebody being gay. So I'm just like, I get why she would say it, but I'm just like, I don't know why she said that. She said that story so many times. I've heard her say that story so many times, and she's never said the word punk. They didn't, I don't know how they felt over there at the Drink Champs. But it was weird. That was a weird moment. I was confused. And and Craig was like, I don't know what Craig was saying, but he was just like, they used that word back in the day. And then I think he was trying to like defend her being like, an LGBT advocate, but I'm like, an AIDS advocate, not AIDS advocate, but like AIDS stigma and stuff. Because later in the interview, she like was talking about how, people giving her attention is what she loves. And her giving that attention back is absolutely what she loves, because like these old school artists know, the public makes you. The public pays your bills. The public, is in charge in a sense of your career. And she understands that. And she was just like, I love giving back, even she didn't say his name for some reason. Maybe she forgot or bypassed his name. But she brought up the Sylvester thing, the guy, Sylvester, and the story of her going to San Francisco when he was dying of AIDS and giving him a hug, and like, I guess, her team being pissed at her, they're not knowing where how AIDS is transmitted, or the whole AIDS stigma and situation. So she's like, I love people, and I love giving back, and I love being there and being, a public figure, because I'm a people person. That was such a beautiful, heartwarming part of the interview. Excuse me. Also, her and Zuri, they were like going back and forth with it. I forgot what that one part, but I tweeted, I was like, this is so funny. Her and him going back and forth, and then her telling the story about how her voice, I don't know what was going on. She just lost her voice. And she said it was 6 months, but I think it was like a couple of years. Eventually, it built back up. But it was definitely like a couple of years where her voice was down. I remember I think it's on YouTube. There's literally this one video, a series of videos of her singing on like a cruise or something. And she's kind of just standing there. Not really a lot of movement. Trying to make it through the songs. It was just like, what's going on? But she was like, Zuri, her son, her manager, is like, he loves me so much, and he's my biggest supporter. And even when I was like being mean to Frankie Beverly and Maze on this tour we had going on about my voice, and my voice not being there, and he would cheer me on every night, and that was just like, my sisters are gone, and I feel like they left so I could be bigger and rise and have more fame, and have an explosive career. That was a beautiful moment. So what did you guys think about the Patti LaBelle? James, if you're listening, remember, James is always talking about my friend. He's always talking about what does Patti name her fans? He's like, I think they should be named Patti Pies. Well, in this interview, I think she calls us her love bugs. Because they were like kind of forcing her to make a name, because she's like, there's the bars, the Hive, and the Navy. She's like, well, mine's are, I guess, the love bugs. Can they just give me love? Yeah, and they just give me love, and I give it back. And then she went into the whole like giving of herself. It was a cute interview. I found out Norray is a Virgo, so he was like, I want to be researched. But I feel like he could have done a little bit more. Or had like me on there so we can really talk to Patti. So anyways, let's move along to Don Richard. From LaBelle, shout out to Sarah Dash and LaBelle, onto Don Richard and Danny D. Kane. So I was watching this video, and I think Don Richard had posted it, and she was dancing to Sleep on It, and she was like, and I'm gonna sleep on it. Sleep on it. You guys remember that song from Danny D. Kane? And they were talking about, she was just like, it's a throwback song, and they were dancing. I was like, oh, this is such a cute, fun moment, because, that's a really cute, fun song. And so it made me think about girl groups and how I feel like it's so exhausting listening to certain girl groups, because it's like everybody has a part. And it's not like, Destiny Child is, like 4 people down to 3 where they all kind of can sing lead. You can somewhat hear all of them. It's definitely a blend, especially when it's like a cappella, which are the great moments. I feel like Destiny's Child, maybe even In Vogue, are kind of like the standout groups, singing female groups I'm talking about. Because you hear Danny D. Kane and Fifth Harmony. They were all kind of like fighting. It seemed like they were all fighting for a part. I'm going to sing this part. Not even like literally, but like listening to it. It's like, I'm going to sing this part. She's going to sing that part. She's going to sing this little snippet. I'm going to sing that little part. And then we're all going to chop it up. It's just like a bunch of like chopping up. And it's just like, this is not a girl group. There's no like blend. There's no like harmony. Why is only like one person on the chorus? It's just like exhausting. Oh, let's talk about another girl group. I wasn't going to talk about it. Let's quickly wrap it up with Jesey Nelson, who got dropped from her label, baby. Oh, no, she didn't get dropped. What group was she in? Little Mix. Jesey Nelson splits from her record label 1 year after launching her solo career. They parted ways after failed to agree on new music. Interesting. The musician left Little Mix in 2020 and then subsequently went on to launch her own career with Polydor. Polydor have confirmed that they and Nelson have parted ways after failing to agree to new music. Okay. It's kind of funny because she was just like, I want to move on to a new thing and be solo, and this record label gets me, and I want to be enmeshed. And it's like, was that really a year ago we talked about her and her splitting up? That did not sound like a year ago. I feel like 6 months ago. It's crazy. But yeah, Jesey Nelson of Little Mix, we talked about her leaving Little Mix and her being bullied, and she wants to be in the spotlight, but she doesn't want to be in a girl group. It was just very confusing because the bullies are still going to be there. It's not like I don't want to be here anymore. I'm going to be, a producer or an actress or something like that. Not I don't want to sing anymore in a girl group. It was the weirdest excuse. And now I think Little Mix isn't really together anymore. Oh, it's just a mess out here. We got to pray. Pray, pray, pray. Pray for girl groups. Pray for peace. Pray that I know how to take a break because I'm going to be right back. I need some water.
Next car, honey, next car.
So, welcome back to the Dance Show Pod. Let's talk Renaissance. So, the song of the week is, I don't know, I've been listening to Renaissance almost for a week now. I don't want to give my favorite songs yet. I think I'll do that next week. And my least favorite songs. So, at this point, my least favorite songs started off greater. There are a large amount of least favorite songs. Excuse me. Than favorite songs. But now I've definitely grown. And there's a hard 2 songs that are not my favorite songs. I'll give a hard 1. Okay, there's 3 songs that are not my favorite songs. One of them I actually do not listen to at all. And the other 2, I listen to it just to get me from point A to point B because they are transitional songs. So, there's no visual. So in the press release for the album, Sony Music, I need to go check my mailbox. I'm about to go check my mailbox to see if my CD came. In the press release, they were like, well, there's no visuals because Beyonce wants us to have a listening experience. And I'm just like, this is so much bullshit. I hate when people switch it up. Don't switch it up on me, okay? Don't give me the Dangerously in Love World Tour. Don't give me the Dangerously in Love World Tour, the Beyonce Experience, I Am Tour DVD, the Little Miss Carter show clips, and then don't give me the Formation Tour. Don't do that to me. Don't give me the Beyonce anthology. Don't give me, what was that? The series of I Am Sasha Fierce videos. Don't give me the little 4 DVD with Live at Roseland. Don't give me the Beyonce visual album. Don't give me Lemonade. And then not give me Renaissance. I don't like that. And I find it so much bullshit. And people want to continue to make it this hype. I don't feel like it's that much of a hype up. She can do it. She can give you visuals. She's a visual artist. And then she doesn't give you visuals. She don't have to give y'all visuals. She's an artist. It's like, y'all shut the fuck up. Also in the press release, they were talking about how, and they were like, the visuals are coming later, but it's like, damn. Hello? Are y'all still there? Does she remember she put this album out? And this song has been out for a month and there's no. Culture shifting. The press release was like, this is a culture shift. Beyonce is going to culturally shift the universe again. And I'm just like, maybe it's social media. it's shifting a lot on social media, but don't we as a public get to decide what's cultural shifting as by the actions that we do as the public? Don't we decide if it's cultural shifting or not? Because don't forget, this dance groove 70s Doja, Lady Gaga, Dula Peep situation era. This was like 2 years ago. Going on 3 years ago. So just like she's a little late to the party. But y'all go ahead and say what y'all want. I like the album. It grew on me. Definitely listening to it in the car. The transitions are delicious. I wish I could figure out a way to make it more like less seconds in between, because I'm like, I hope this tour, whatever tour, and that's another thing. Robert's Rules, he was talking about the yesterday or a couple of days ago. He was like, y'all are off key with these like transitional songs that you want to be mashups and comparing songs and stuff. The only song in the album that really gives like this throwback feel, and I'll say this again. The only song in this album that gives a throwback feel to me is literally like vocally, she's literally giving like a throwback feel to me, is Plastic Off the Sofa, Plastic Off the Sofa, off the sofa. And it's giving Dangerously in Love through and through. The backgrounds, it's giving like elevated Dangerously in Love. The backgrounds, the content of the song. And it's especially giving, I think it's called, if you go listen to this song, I think his name is Bila. Let me say, Beyonce. Okay, that's not how you spell her name. Beyonce, Bila. Oh, go listen to the will.i.am Break My Soul remix. She put out a bunch of remixes last night. Go listen to. I like the will.i.am Break My Soul remix. Bila. Or his name is Bilal. Bilar. Everything I do. That's what it's called. Okay, I didn't type that. Wait, this song is live? I want to watch this. This song is literally giving Bila Everything I Do off of the Fighting Temptation soundtrack, which I'm now figuring that out as I'm reading this. It's literally giving that. Like the guitar, the vocals, the backgrounds specifically are like giving very much Dangerously in Love, Be With You, those speechless background. No, not speechless. Yes, backgrounds. I'm sorry. That's what it's called. So shout out to that. Shout out to her ear on that. So much talk about her agility. One thing that I feel like if it's hard for me to do it live, it's a little difficult for her to do it now. It's because I'm like, let me talk about her agility on Virgo's Groove. And I'm just like, one thing Jimmy Jam told me, and you can kind of hear it in her music now, Beyonce's music now. Jimmy Jam told us he would have Janet record a bunch of tracks, and then he would take the best parts of each and put it together. Not that, and her sound fluid. B's, you can kind of hear, especially in Break My Soul, it's a lot of like continuation while this verse starts, this run ends into this verse begins, or literally run, like the run. And so I'm just like, her agility. We got Zach Campbell. This dude has a video out. And he's doing the Beyonce swish. I had no idea. Why, how did this pop up? You know what? I'm tired of YouTube giving me videos that I do not want to talk about. So, Diane Warren. I'm not mad at Miss Diane. Y'all can say what y'all want. I stand with Diane. Miss Diane Warren said, 23 songwriters on an album, on a song. And I agree. Why the fuck are there 23 songwriters on a song? I don't even know, because I started noticing this with Black is King. Black is King has a lot of songwriters on it. It really does. And it is so crazy. I don't care. I feel like having more than like 3 songwriters on a song is excessive and crazy. But I guess when you're doing all these fucking samples, and then the tweet after that, she was like, which people aren't saying, she was like, oh, it must be the samples and the samples. Because when you sample somebody, you have to give them credit and they get writing credit. Child, the music industry is just, I'm exhausted. I'm going to take a break. I'm tired of talking about music at this point. I'm tired of talking about music in the music industry because I'm just like, oh my God, I can't. Another one, another sample. And that's what I was just like, people are getting like, I'm up to here with, I'm done with the samples. Like, please stop sampling music. I thought, on Heated, I thought the background was a sample, but it was her, and it sounded great. So I'm just like, there's proof that you can make your own music and make it sound great and fresh and twerk a little, vocality on it and make it sound like it's a sample. I find that amazing. I thought it was her. I mean, I thought it was a sample. I thought it was, Lady Saw. I literally thought it was Lady Saw. So I'm like, she playing Lady Saw in the background here. It was her. But anyways, I'm with Diane Warren, who is notorious for writing her own songs. I mean, not working with other songwriters. Diane, she, which is funny because she not funny, but just, she wrote with, she wrote I Was Here off of the 4 album. And I remember, which is so true. I literally remember Beyonce being like, okay, I'm going to go. It's time for dinner. I'm going to go. And she's like, Diane's like, go where? She's like, I'm going to go eat. It's going to make me like sound better and feel better. And, she's like, I'm about to go eat. It's dinner time. Anyways. But I'm studying with Diane. Y'all can say what y'all want about her. Craig, let me go to the screenshot. Craig Ferguson. Craig Seymour was like, Diane, where did I go away from it? He was saying, Diane Warren wasn't the best in the world. He was saying this obviously worked against Black songwriters and Black artists. Oh, he was saying, Black, they would force Black artists to work with Diane Warren in the 90s because she was a hit maker. And he was saying this didn't always work so well and with Black artists. So he was saying this obviously worked against Black songwriters and Black artists reaping the royalties from the big radio hit. Diane Warren was also close with our Arista president Clive Davis, so that almost made any record release on that label or subsidiaries like LaFace and Bad Boy have to do a Diane Warren song. Excuse me. When artists refused to do one of her songs, they were even threatened with their albums being shelved. Diane Warren had a good run, but not every scam comes to it. Oh, jeez. Oh. But every scam comes to an end. Okay, so she was a little tyrant back in the day. Still is. But I still stand with her. I don't understand why there needs to be 23 songwriters on a song. Like I said, I remember reading and being really turned off and confused with Black Parade, because that has like 2,500 writers on it. But it's crazy. It really is crazy. And the only like reason I can think of like how this happens is like you're mixing ideas of songs and putting them together. Maybe you're mixing like 3 different songs or 2 different songs, and then you're going back and rewriting this part. She's rewriting this part. He's rewriting that part. And now you have like 5 extra more writers on the album. I don't know. I do want The Dream. You know, The Dream's an asshole. He's really annoying. But I didn't know he did Umbrella. Or maybe I didn't realize he did Umbrella. Me Against the Music. The Dream, the producer. A lot of Mariah stuff. A plethora of Beyonce. He was End of Time. I didn't realize he did that. But The Dream, he was like, Break My Soul. I wish she would tell the story about it, because when she went to go first record it, it had a special meaning to her. And he made it seem like either like vocally she wasn't, either this is an older song that she maybe re-sung recently, or so she was going through something. And the only thing I could think of publicly was be like the Grammys not picking her as not picking her, the Grammys not voting her as album of the year, or giving her whatever you want to call it, her not getting album of the year for Lemonade at the Grammys. That could be the only thing publicly that I can think of. Or maybe it's just a plethora of things. I wish you would talk more about, you know, we do miss Personal Lance out here giving us stories about, you know, I think the last time we got stories and the meaning of the album and meaning of songs was Self-Titled. And after that, it's just like... So... That's the end of the Dare Show podcast. I think I've gotten all I need to get out today. Thank you so much for listening. You can check me out on Spotify, on Apple Music, on YouTube. I try to put a video up. I go live every now and then. I went live last week, and then it wouldn't upload the live. I was just like, I'm done with this. I'm done. Anyways, the Dare Show podcast. Thanks for listening. Please let me know what you guys are thinking about Lemonade. What do you guys think about, Lemonade, Renaissance. What do you guys think about Renaissance? There's a whole lot going on with like Keyless and Spaz and all this other shit I really don't care about. It's giving me a headache just thinking about it. But I'll give you my favorite moments and my favorite songs next week, after, you know, having like more than a week to digest the album. Okay, bye.
And I have this fierce single that Sammy McKinney and these little guys put together, baby. I got a single that'll make you jump up and dance. And if you can't dance to that, you got a hole in your soul, okay?